So welcome back to another episode, and it appears that hell has frozen over today, and I cannot believe it. I woke up this morning to some incredible news, and yes, there was a Nintendo Direct indie event, and I just was like, oh yeah, I'll check that out later on, you know. And so there I am drinking my tea at like 7 in the morning, and all of a sudden I see the news. I couldn't avoid it. I was on Twitter that during this showcase, Capcom had shown off a brand new fighting collection, and that is for Capcom Fighting Collection 2. And I'm like, what is going on here already? We're already getting another fighting collection earlier on this year, they mentioned, and then we're getting this as well. My curiosity was piqued for certain, and so I start to watch this, and I wish it was 7 in the morning drinking my tea, I had filmed this, you know, because I'm kind of like, and then all of a sudden I'm wide awake. And what did you guys think of the Capcom Fighting Collection 2? Did it blow your mind? Let me know down below. And they showed all the games, and these are the games that are in the collection. Unbelievable stuff. Here we go at the beginning. We got Street Fighter Alpha 3. We have Plasma Sword. We have Capcom Fighting Evolution. And yes, I'm going to talk about all these as soon as I get through this list. Project Justice. Capcom vs. SNK Millennium Fight 2000. Capcom vs. SNK 2 Mark of the Millennium 2001. And the big one. The big one, which is 2 realistically. And I can't believe it because I did a video just the other day with my friend Gordman, and we were talking about 25 years ago playing this game and how there really isn't a great way to play it nowadays on modern consoles. And then they announced Power Stone 1 and Power Stone 2 are coming to the collection as well. I couldn't believe it. And yes, I also want to say, everybody, I have the PSP version. I know about it very, very well. I bought it day one, the second it came out. But this means that I no longer have to drag my Dreamcast out of the closet, hook up M cables and all the different upscalers, and be plugging this into this and this into this. I can just put this into my modern console and play it with my friend on the couch and relive those golden days of the Dreamcast from 25 years ago. And it was 25 years ago this summer that my friend Gord lent my friend Rob his Dreamcast from Japan. Rob brought it over here. We spent the whole summer playing Power Stone, and it was glorious. Let me tell you, it was so glorious. And I've often thought I really want a console version of that, and I honestly am stunned. I'm actually stunned at this news, and I'm really, really thrilled. I can't tell you, and like a lot of you out there, I think everybody was like, we're finally getting Power Stone. And for any of you out there who don't know what Power Stone is, it's a great one-on-one fighting game. Yes, the second game, there's a lot more multiplayer stuff going on in there. But for me, the first Power Stone that really cements it for me. And at first, this can seem like a very, very simple fighting game. And it's not. The more and more you play it, the better at it you get. At the end of that summer, Rob could not beat me at all in Power Stone. I became unstoppable. I understood the game. And there's a game to learn there. It's not just a button masher. So just get that out of your mind. It's not a button masher when you're playing it. You'll feel that it is. At first I thought it was. I'm like, yeah, I'm just getting the Power Stones, turning into, you know, my different alter ego. But no, it's not. There is some strategy there, and the more you play it, the better at it you get, and the more you will adore the game. I love the cast of characters in Power Stone. I could just make an entire episode about Power Stone and all that. But I do want to talk about the other games in this collection. Street Fighter Alpha 3, that's fine, that's good. I had that in other collections that come out with, in the past by Capcom. Cool that they threw this in. It's just kind of there. We'll take it. I don't quite understand why it's in this particular collection, but you know what? I'll take it. And the next game is a very controversial game, and I even put it in a Games I Hate episode, maybe about a year back now, and that is for Capcom Fighting Evolution, right here. And this came out originally on the PS2, and I rented it at first. And then I bought it to do the episode on. It is absolutely abysmal. It is a terrible, terrible game, terrible controls, outlandish backgrounds at times. Some of them are pretty okay, and some of them are really, really bad. Why they decided to bring this out? I'm happy about it. Why would they do it? Because it is part of Capcom's history. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And it's one of those ones, honestly, for in the collection, you gotta play it just to see how horrible it is. It's almost like a novelty. Like, you gotta play it like, it's kind of like when the milk is bad, and you're like, oh, smell this milk is bad. Like, oh my God, that's terrible. That's what I'm saying with this. It's like bad smelling milk. You just have to go up and give it a whiff, and then you'd be putting it down going, I get it why this is so bad. Now, also mentioned was Plasma Sword. Now, this is originally an arcade game that came to the Dreamcast, and I got something to say. I never played it. I never ever played it. It's just one of those ones. I had my Dreamcast, I had a lot of games, and that one went sailing on by, but I was always interested in it, and I'm happy it's in the collection, just so I can try it out and see what all the hype was about. Now, this one is pretty cool, because again, it's a game I have not played. Project Justice, and it's a sequel to one of my favorite fighting games on the original PlayStation, Rival Schools United by Fate. A true classic on the original PlayStation 1. I adore this game, I really, really do. And they're including Project Justice, which is the sequel that I believe came to the Dreamcast. Now, I never picked up a copy, and I believe it goes for a lot of money now. I'm just thankful that I can go and try it out and play it. Finally, it's one of those ones that I've never had a chance to try out, and I love the original Rival Schools so much, so it's right up my alley, and the graphics look really, really amazing. And two other games that I was very excited about are right here. I got my original one on the Dreamcast, and that's for Capcom versus SNK Millennium Match 2000. And I want to talk about this game more in depth in the future. This game came out in the year 2000. It was groundbreaking. Capcom versus SNK? It was unheard of. I could have Terry Bogard versus Ken Masters in one game? Boom! My mind was blown. And it was. And I loved this game so much. It was like, it honestly was a dream game for me. Growing up, loving fighting games made by Capcom, Street Fighter especially, and then all of a sudden finding the Neo Geo in their arcades and finding Fatal Fury and Art of Fighting and all those amazing things. And then all of a sudden we start combining some of those characters together. It was like something that you can't imagine back then happening. You're like, these two companies are rivals. They're never going to create a game together and include all their IP characters together. That won't happen. Well, it did, and it was a miracle. And I love this. I played this so much on the Dreamcast back in the day. And then there was a sequel, Capcom vs. SNK, Mark of the Millennium, 2001. And I'll say something kind of controversial. This is totally controversial. I like this game better. And everybody's like, no. And I get it. Most people jumped on in the second game and found it that way, where I found it this way. And this kind of has a special place in my heart for the first one. But I do like the second game. I really do. And it's got a lot of merits to it for sure. I'm not hating on the game. But if I was to compare the two, I'll be playing this one more in the collection than the second one. What a day! I tell you, at this indie event, there's a lot of other things that were going on. Suikoden, got a release date for 2025. Pretty cool stuff. But it was the Power Stone, man. It was the Power Stone that really just small tear. It's honestly made my day. My poor wife, has had to listen to me go on and on about Power Stone. I'm like, Kim, you won't believe it. Power Stone's coming out. I can't believe it. And Kim's like, in the other room, making something for breakfast going, what's Power Stone? Because Kim knows her RPGs, but, fighting games are not her thing. And I'm going in the other room ranting and raving like a lunatic about how excited I am about this. What was it like for you guys when you found out the news about Power Stone? Did it blow your mind? Were you like super excited? Like, oh my God, it's just made my millennium. No pun intended. Like, it's really made my day. It's made my week, and I'm so excited to be able to play this collection when it eventually comes out. And yes, there's some big games on here, some little games on here, but you know what? This is a winning game collection. This is great, and it's going to go up on the shelf, and it's going to be taken down off the shelf, put up on the shelf, down on the shelf, because this is going to get some serious playtime. I can't wait to invite my friends over to play Power Stone again. I want to get better at Power Stone like I used to be. I've gotten a little bit out of shape with it over the years because it's been on the Dreamcast and I always have to hook up all those wires, where now I don't, and I get to play it the way it was meant to be played. And it was originally an arcade game. That's where we originally saw it. And then when it came to the Dreamcast, we're like, it looks exactly like the arcade. And that's when the lines were blurred and we had an arcade at home. And we were very happy. And 25 years ago, this summer, I played Power Stone with Rob and had one of the best. I made an entire episode about it. Go check it out. It's one of my favorite videos I've done on the channel. My favorite, video game summer that I shared with Rob, and we go in depth about that entire summer and what we got up to, and playing Power Stone and getting the Dreamcast and buying Star Wars Episode 1 figures at Zeller's in the middle of the night. It was a great gaming summer, and one that I'll never forget. And I was so excited to see this collection come out, and it's really made my day. So guys, I hope you're as excited as I am. So anyways guys, until next time.